Welcome to another edition of Breaking News brought to you by Source Selection Soundbites. Today, we will discuss the case of Venturi Technology Partners, or Venturi decided at the General Accountability Office, or GAO. This case is a post-award bid protest objecting to how discussions were conducted en route to making an award. The agency had a requirement for an ISP that provides reliable and secure connectivity. The source selection was conducted under FAR 8.4 procedures. 4 vendors responded to the solicitation. The agency evaluated the quotations and determined that it would allow revisions only from 2 of the 4 vendors. This was done without a competitive range determination. The excluded vendors were excluded from revisions because technical deficiencies were identified in their quotations. Upon hearing the agency's decision, Venturi decided to protest the agency's decision not to engage it in a manner that would allow it to update its quotation. The protester argued that the agency's decision not to conduct discussions with it concerning its proposal. The protester maintains that it was treated in a disparate manner, because while the agency had questions of all offerers, the agency did not afford the protester an opportunity to address these concerns, but held discussions only with the 2 higher-rated offerers. En route to finding against Venturi, the GAO said that if Venturi's proposal was technically unacceptable, our office has recognized that where a quote or proposal is eliminated from the competition as unacceptable, the vendor is not entitled to discussions. Alternatively, GAO continued, since the contracting officer had reasonable concerns about the technical compliance of Venturi's proposal and that Venturi's proposal was significantly higher priced than the other firm's proposals, we find that the contracting officer reasonably concluded that Venturi's proposal was inferior from a technical and price standpoint to other proposals. Therefore, if the contracting officer believed that Venturi's proposal was so inferior to the other 2 proposals that Venturi did not have a reasonable chance for award, we think the contracting officer's decision to exclude Venturi from discussions was justified. In these circumstances, GAO continued, we view the contracting officer's decision to exclude Venturi from further consideration in this FSS procurement to be comparable to an exclusion of a proposal from the competitive range under FAR Part 15, which governs contracting by negotiation. Given these facts, the protest was denied. Now let's address a few of the lessons learned from this protest. They include 1. In procurements conducted under other competitive procedures, such as FAR 8.4, technically unacceptable proposals or quotations are not entitled to discussions. 2. Any proposals or quotes that are technically acceptable are entitled to discussions when a competitive range is not formed. And 3. If a proposal is technically acceptable but has no real chance of award, they may be excluded from discussions along with technically unacceptable offerers. In this episode of Source Selection Soundbites, we discuss the Venturi case and how discussions may be conducted in the other competitive procedures environment. This concludes today's Source Selection Soundbite. If this video was helpful, hit the like and subscribe button to ensure you don't miss any new material. If you want more details on the subject, they are available on the Source Selection Answer app. It contains lectures, quizzes, court cases, sample documents, and more material that allows practitioners to quickly obtain actionable knowledge. Thanks for watching. See you next time.